Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jai Radha Krishna Chandra, Radha Krishna Chandra Radhe. Jai Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jai Krishna Balaram. Jayo Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango, Jayo Nitai Gaurango. Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jayo Srila Prabhupada. Jai Vishnupad Paramahans Parivrajacharya Ashtottar Shat Sri Śrīmad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravind Bhakti Vedant Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Vishnupad Paramahans Nitya Leela Pravishta His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrind Ki Jai. नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की जय। मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय। जगन्नाथपुरी क्षेत्र की जय। गंगा माई यमुना माई की जय। वृंद देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण चंद्र की जय। श्री श्री कृष्ण बलराम की जय। श्री श्री निताय गौरांग की जय। श्री श्री प्रहलाद नरसिंह देव की जय। श्री श्री सुदर्शन भगवान की जय। हरि नाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. ग्रंथरा श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 10th chapter, text number 11 and 12. Satsangan Mukta Dussango. Satsangan Mukta Dussango. Hatum Notsahate Buddhaha. Hatum Notsahate Buddhaha. Kirtyamanam Yasho Yasya. Kirtyamanam Yasho Yasya. Sakrid Akarnya Rochanam. Sakrid Akarnya Rochanam. Asmin Nyasta Dhiyaha Parthaha. Tasminyasta dhiyah Parthaha. Saheran Viraham Katham. Saheran Viraham Katham. Darshana Sparsha Sanlapa. Darshana Sparsha Sanlapa. Shayanasana Bhojanaihi. Shayanasana Bhojanaihi. Satsangan Mukta Dussango. Hatum Notsahate Buddhaha. Kirtyamanam Yasho Yasya. Sakrid Akarnya Rochanam. Asminyastadhiyah Parthaha. Saheran Viraham Katham. Darshana Sparsha Sanlapa. Shayanasana Bhojanaihi. Satsangan Mukta Dussango. Hatum Notsahate Buddhaha. Kirtyamanam Yasho Yasya. Sakrid Akarnya Rochanam. तस्मिन्यस्य धियः पार्थाः सहेरन्विरहं कथम् दर्शनस्पर्शसंलाप शयनासनभोजनैः सत्सङ्गमुक्तदुस्सङ्गो आतुं नोत्सहते बुधः कीर्त्यमानं यशो यस्य सकृदाकर्ण्यरोचनम् तस्मिन्यस्य धियः पार्थाः सहेरन्विरहं कथम् दर्शनस्पर्शसंलाप शयनासनभोजनैः Satsangat, by the association of pure devotees. Mukta dussangaha, freed from bad materialistic association. Hatum, to give up. Na utsahate, never attempts. Buddhaha, one who has understood the Lord. Kirtyamanam, glorifying. Yashaha, fame. Yasya, whose. Sakrit, once only. Akarnya, hearing only. Rochanam, pleasing. Tasmin, unto him. Nyastadhiyaha, one who has given his mind unto him. Parthaha, the sons of Pritha. Saheran, can tolerate. Viraham, separation. Sanlapa, conversing. Shayana, sleeping. Asana, sitting. Bhojanaihi, dining together. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation. The intelligent who have understood the Supreme Lord in association with pure devotees and have become freed from bad materialistic association can never avoid hearing the glories of the Lord, even though they have heard them only once. How then could the Pandavas tolerate his separation? For they had been intimately associated with his person, seeing him face to face, touching him, conversing with him, and sleeping, sitting, and dining with him. Please repeat. The intelligent who have understood the Supreme Lord in association with pure devotees and have become freed from bad materialistic association can never avoid hearing the glories of the Lord, even though they have heard them only once. How then could the Pandavas tolerate his separation? For they had been intimately associated with his person, seeing him face to face, touching him, conversing with him, and sleeping, sitting, and dining with him. Purport. The living being's constitutional position is one of serving a superior. He is obliged to serve by force the dictates of illusory material energy in different phases of sense gratification. And in serving the senses, he is never tired. Even though he may be tired, the illusory energy perpetually forces him to do so without being satisfied. There is no end to such sense gratificatory business, and the conditioned soul becomes entangled in such servitude without hope of release. The release is only effected by association with pure devotees. By such association, one is gradually promoted to his transcendental consciousness. Thus he can know that his eternal position is to render service unto the Lord, and not to the perverted senses in the capacity of lust, anger, desire to lord it over, etc. Material society, friendship, and love are all different phases of lust. Home, country, family, society, wealth, and all sorts of corollaries are all causes of bondage in the material world, where the threefold miseries of life are concomitant factors. By associating with pure devotees and by hearing them submissively, attachment for material enjoyment becomes slackened. An attraction for hearing about the transcendental activities of the Lord becomes prominent. Once they will go on progressively without stoppage, like fire in gunpowder. It is said that Hari, the personality of Godhead, is so transcendently attractive that even those who are self satisfied by self realization and are factually liberated from all material bondage also become devotees of the Lord. Under the circumstances, it is easily understood what must have been the position of the Pandavas, who were constant companions of the Lord. They could not even think of separation from Sri Krishna, since the attraction was more intense for them because of continuous personal contact. His remembrance by his form, quality, name, fame, pastimes, etc., is also attractive for the pure devotee, so much so that he forgets all forms, quality, name, fame, and activities of the mundane world. And due to his mature association with pure devotees, he is not out of contact with the Lord for a moment. That's the Bhaktivedanta purport. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Here it is mentioned Hatum Notsahate Buddha. Buddha means intelligent. The same word is used in Sankhya Yoga, 6th chapter Bhagavad Gita, in the famous verse which Prabhupada has quoted many times. Sukham atyantikam yattad buddhi grahyam atindriyam vetti yatra na chaivayam sitas chalati tatvatah. So if one has to enjoy the real happiness, atyantika means the ultimate happiness. There are various grades of happiness. As Prabhupada very kindly explains, small child, he is enjoying his own happiness of eating mud. But the child does not know there is higher pleasure, sexual pleasure. He has to wait for the elevation of consciousness. Similarly, if one is able to further elevate one's consciousness, one understands the topmost happiness. Topmost happiness of mundane world is sexual pleasure, but that is not the ultimate. Atyantikam, the ultimate happiness that the living entity can enjoy is a different kind of happiness, which is transcendental to all the senses. Indriya means senses, atindriya means which cannot be perceived by these senses. So it is told buddhi grahyam atindriyam. One has to be intelligent. Even in the material sphere, also, one has to have intelligence. Animals are not intelligent enough. The trees are not intelligent enough. So, thus, they cannot enjoy happiness like we can enjoy. Human beings have developed intelligence. Similarly, one has to become very, very intelligent in order to understand this happiness which is transcendental. So, Prabhupada explains actually, the body is not enjoying. Who is the enjoyer? A dead body, if he is given all the sense objects, will not feel any pleasure. Why dead body will not feel pleasure? Because the body does not enjoy. The spark within the body, we are the enjoyers. And when we leave the body, then the body, when we are sleeping, the body is not enjoying, but I enjoy. In dream also I eat, I laugh, I talk. I am enjoying. My enjoyment is going on, even in dream. Although these senses, bodily senses, are not giving me any enjoyment. So thus I enjoy. Unless the spirit soul, the spark, has the capacity to enjoy, how can it enjoy through body? So this is called intelligence. So spirit soul is a person. It is not simply a spark. It is very, very simple to understand. The spirit soul enjoys watching, talking, laughing. Spirit soul has got this capacity. So spirit soul is a person. So if the spirit soul is a person, how we can deny the personality and individuality to the supreme spirit, our source? Our source also must have all these enjoying capacities, faculties. And because our source has got the enjoying capacity, enjoying faculty, and he has created the entire world, so the only motive is for his enjoyment. That is why we should understand. So Prabhupada explains in the beginning of the purport. The living being's constitutional position is one of serving a superior. This is also called intelligence. We cannot live without serving anybody. Everyone is serving. We are serving people around us. We are serving our bosses in our office. We have business. We are serving our customers. Or we are serving animals. Everybody is busy in service. So that is our constitutional position. It is not possible to enjoy without service. We have to render service. This is called intelligence. Here also we find which is the best person to serve. That is why people are eager. Who will give me maximum satisfaction? I should serve that boss, that place, that company, which will give me maximum happiness, maximum satisfaction. But everyone knows, especially that is the speciality of Macaulay education system that we have. Unless we become servant, we cannot survive. We have been trained so nicely that we have lost all our independence. We cannot survive. But this is not Vedic culture. Vedic culture was nobody will work. Only those who have not gone to school, they would work. They were called Shudras. Shudras means one who is not willing to work, willing to take education, as most of us are not willing because we want money, so we have to educate ourselves. Otherwise, who likes studies? Yes, very rarely. In the top institute of the country, which is next to us. So less than 1% would like to study here also. Majority, they do not want to study. Very rarely some people are interested in research. Those people should study. Otherwise, study is a means to earn money. If they have money, nobody would bother about studies. So that is why those who are going to schools, Vedic culture, they will do Brahma Jigyasa. Those who are most wise, they will never take up a job, or Kshatriyas, administrators, or cultivators. They will do economic development. For this also, little education is required. They will go. But they will never do job. Job is only meant for those who have not taken any education. So the Britishers got worried, how shall we rule over them? Because they came only a handful. This is a country of many, many millions of people. How shall they rule? So that is why they thought we need to change education. In this way, nobody is willing to work. We need people to work for us. So then they changed the education system. In this education system, we are trained so nicely that we have to work. We cannot sustain without any work. So now everybody is looking where to work, who is the best person. But although we have been working, everybody has been working very nicely, but nobody is satisfied by their work, by their service. We can ask anybody in the world, you have served so nicely, your boss or your customers, are you satisfied? You have served very nicely your parents. Are you satisfied by serving your parents? Or are the parents satisfied by your service? You have served very nicely your husband. Is the husband satisfied? You have served your wife very nicely. Is the wife satisfied? No. Then why we are continuing this business? This is called Buddha intelligence. when by my service, the object of my service is not satisfied, neither I am satisfied. So why should I continue this business of perpetual dissatisfaction? So this should be common sense. At least this is a path. I can take any other path, but I should not take this path of satisfying any mundane person. Because if I serve any mundane person, I never get satisfaction, nor is the other person satisfied. Has there been any government in any place of the world at any time who has ruled perpetually? No. Why the government is voted out? Because people get dissatisfied. So nobody is satisfied with any ruler whatsoever. They vote it out. And vice versa. The leaders are not satisfied with the subjects. That is the situation in the material world. But Prabhupada explains, even though he may be tired of such service, the illusory energy perpetually forces him to do so without being satisfied. So first of all, a person is not tired, it is told. In serving the senses, he is never tired. Living in it is very enthusiastic. Let me serve more. So ultimately, we are not serving anybody else, we are serving our own senses. Because my senses need satisfaction, for this I will serve anybody. And in serving the senses in this way, one is never satisfied. But one is not tired also. One keeps on working in the hope that one day I will be satisfied. Just one more plan and I will be satisfied. But we have to understand, nobody in the world has been satisfied by such a process. So when some little wisdom awakens, one gets tired. How much should I work? There is no satisfaction here. But even though one is tired, rarely people are tired, but even though one is tired, it is told the illusory energy perpetually forces him to do so. Even though he may be tired, Maya energy does not allow. Maya energy forces. Because a person does not know at least little satisfaction I am getting. After an entire day of hard work, at night, I enjoy little sex pleasure. Or at least some pleasure is there in my life. But one does not see, one is not Buddha. The dog is having the same pleasure without getting any degrees, without writing exams, without spending a fortune on schools and coachings. The dog is enjoying same pleasure with many partners. You can enjoy with one only, probably. The animals are having the same pleasure. And for the same pleasure, I have to work so hard. This is not intelligence. But this is called illusory energy. Illusory energy forces one. So that is why one has to become wise, it is told. We can see from the life of the devotees. The devotees, they don't work any bit, any moment the devotees do not spend for economic development. Because we are not here for economic development. Our economy is fixed as soon as we take birth. How much money we will have, how much education we will have, our cause of death, all these things are fixed as soon as we take birth. So that is why an intelligent person sees that why to spend my time, energy for it. But there is a class of people who are called devotees. They are completely satisfied. How do I know devotee is satisfied? I am also satisfied. Some people tell, no, I am very satisfied in material life. I am very nice. So we tell them, okay, you please chant Hare Krishna, you'll find greater satisfaction. So will they chant? No. Why they will not chant? Yes, Prabhuji, I agree. There can be greater pleasure in Hare Krishna, but I do not have time. So this is contradictory. On one hand, he's telling, I am satisfied. Other hand, he's telling, I do not have time. So if you are satisfied, sir, why you are working so hard that you do not have any time to chant 5 minutes Hare Krishna mantra? 5 minutes he does not have time. How much busy he is, it means how much dissatisfied the person is in his life. That he has to work so hard, 5 minutes, even though he is convinced, yes, Hare Krishna is good. But he's so busy. It means The more a person is busy, the more is the dissatisfaction in life. So how much dissatisfaction is there in the life of people that they are working so hard? So this proves that a materialist is never satisfied. That is why the greatest materialist of our times, one of the greatest, he was asked that you are inspiration for many people. So people want to become like you. What can they do to become you? And he tells why they want to become me. Even I don't want to become myself. At least he is honest. So he's telling even I do not want to become myself. This is the situation of the greatest materialist who is inspiring millions. Similarly, the greatest singer of our country, when she was old and she was asked that what would you like to become in next life? She told, at least I don't want to become myself in next life. They are most successful and very pious. They did not do sinful activity. Pious lady. But she told, I do not want to become myself. So this is called Buddha, intelligence. One who has got intelligence, he can see that this is the material life. One is never satisfied. So why should I waste even a single moment? So thus we can see devotees do not waste any time for material advancement. They don't want to do anything for improving the comforts of life, for satisfying the senses. When a person can do this, when one is satisfied. Only when one is completely satisfied, one will not work for it. Whole world is working and devotees are not working. This is the proof that the devotee is satisfied. I exist in reality. Anything may exist or not, I do exist. That is a fact. I can perceive it. I see, I walk, I talk. I am a real person, so I need real satisfaction. I need real stuff to be satisfied. So only a real process can satisfy us. So thus, if a devotee is perpetually satisfied by serving Krishna, this proves the transcendental nature of Krishna's existence. That Krishna is completely different from any material person. By working hard for any so-called gross person or imaginary person, Bharat Mata they have imagined. There is no personality like Bharat Mata. But they imagine and they serve. And after serving entire life, Mahatma Gandhi, the greatest leader, he was telling, why am I living today? I should die. The day he was assassinated, the morning he was telling of the same day. He was completely dissatisfied. Thus not satisfied. This is the nature of material service. People who have dedicated their lives to serve real or imaginary figures, they are not satisfied. So thus Krishna is not any so-called real gross figure of this world or imaginary figure. Krishna is transcendental reality, personality. Thus by serving him, we can see we can get actual satisfaction in our life. Ask any person, anybody who has meditated, loved, everybody is loving somebody. Everyone is loving their society, their country. If not their country, at least the people who are close to them or their animals. But by serving them, are their senses satisfied? Do they not have any other demands in life? The answer is no. Even if a person gets the most beautiful, a man gets the most beautiful woman on the planet, still will he be satisfied? No. Because the most beautiful woman, eventually there is a man with her. But is he satisfied? Or if the woman gets most handsome man on the planet, will she be satisfied? The answer is no. They will not be satisfied. Mind will always go more. Second woman, third woman, fourth woman. Mind is never satisfied. But one who has learned how to get attracted, how to serve Krishna, such a person is always satisfied. Prabhupada writes, they could not even think of separation from Sri Krishna since the attraction was more intense for them because of continuous personal contact. His remembrance by his form Quality, name, fame, pastimes, etc. is so attractive for the pure devotee, so much so that he forgets all forms, quality, name, fame, and activities of the mundane world. The devotee forgets all name, form, qualities of this mundane world. Yamunacharya says, Yadavadhi mamacheta Krishna padaravinde. Ever since I've been meditating upon the lotus feet of Krishna, I am not attracted to. Rather, my mouth curls at distaste when I think of sex pleasure which I enjoyed in my life. So this is called reality. So we are a spirit soul, our reality is different from this body, and Krishna is the supreme absolute truth, the supreme soul. By serving him, we get so much satisfaction that a person is not at all attracted to any other form of this world, any other name of this world, any other pleasure of this world. So this is called Buddha intelligence. So that is why it is very, very important to understand this fundamental principle in our life. Krishna Bhakta Nishkama Ataeva Shanta. Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami Sakale Ashanta. We want peace in our life. Only Krishna Bhakta is having peace. Nobody, no other person is having peace. Everybody is working very hard. Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami Sakale Ashanta. Either a person wants material enjoyment, there is a lot of hard work. And nowadays we see people are working so hard that they are jumping from the bridges, they are killing themselves, dying because of strokes or voluntarily committing suicides. Or they are in great depression. So much hard work they are doing. There is a limit to tolerate. So much harassment is there. Why? Because bhukti kami. They want material enjoyment. Such a person is never shanta. Always he'll be in anxiety. Then some others who have realized, oh, there is no happiness here. I want mukti. I want liberation. Such a person is also not shant. Why? Because he has to do a lot of tapasya. He is also mukti kami. When will I get liberation? When will I get liberation? So he is also not satisfied. He is also doing rigorous tapasya. He is also working very hard. Not peaceful in his life. And others who want material power, siddhi kami. Anyway, extension of materialism. But Krishna Bhakta is nishkam. Krishna Bhakta does not need anything. He needs to serve Krishna that he can do anytime immediately. And thus Krishna Bhakta is nishkam. He is thus very, very peaceful. So we have to understand this fundamental principle. Prabhupada explains, Buddhi Yoga means to work in Krishna consciousness in the full bliss and knowledge of devotional service. One who works for the satisfaction of the Lord only, however difficult such work may be, is working under the principle of Buddhi Yoga and finds himself always in transcendental bliss. So Prabhupada explains, one who follows the path of Buddhi Yoga or Bhakti Yoga always finds himself in transcendental bliss. And very soon, from the very beginning, the devotee finds himself in transcendental bliss. That is the nature of Buddhi Yoga. So if the devotee is not in transcendental bliss, so we have to learn how to execute Buddhi Yoga nicely. Otherwise, the nature of Buddhi Yoga is very soon, from the beginning, finds himself always in transcendental bliss. One who works only for the satisfaction of the Lord, however difficult such work may be. So this work could be difficult to follow the rules and regulations. But one who is conscious, I only want to serve for the satisfaction of the Lord, such a person always finds himself in transcendental bliss. So if we are not blissful in our life, it means we are not working only for the satisfaction of Krishna. If we work only for the satisfaction of Krishna, there is immediate bliss in our life. That is fact. So that is why an intelligent person takes sannyas. What is sannyas? Renunciation. So this sannyas may not be external. So in our movement, we have got different designations, different dresses. But all of us are supposed to be sannyasi. Nyas means give up, sat means truth. One who has given up material life for absolute truth, for serving Krishna. So externally, we may behave like a materialist. We can have different dresses. But internally, we all must always be sannyasi. Who is a sannyasi? Anashrita karma phalam karyam karma karoti. One who does not work hard to enjoy the result of his work. But the result of the work should be offered to Krishna. He is called a sannyasi. So we should be intelligent. I should not desire to enjoy the result of my work, but completely should be offered So this economic development is a great fallacy. It's a great mistake. It is called Maya. Everyone is working for economic development. That will anyway happen. That is already fixed as soon as we take birth. And even though it is fixed, somebody may believe, no, it is not fixed. I have to do. Even though, let's say it is not fixed, it has got no relevance with our happiness. No relevance. Economy is a different thing and happiness is a different thing altogether. Who can understand it better than the today's world, who have got all the data from all across the world? And the data shows the people who are rich, who are more successful, are more unhappy. The data shows that. So there is no relevance at all between money and happiness. No relevance, no relevance. They are not connected at all. But yes, if we work very hard to get money, we will get distressed for sure. If we do not work hard, we are satisfied. If money comes, okay. Use for Krishna, does not come, it's okay. We'll be peaceful. Money comes also, will not be affected. Money does not come also, not be affected. But one who works hard for material enjoyment to get money for economic development, such a person will be unhappy. So thus, unfortunately, all the decisions that we take in our life, we depend upon our brain, our mind for it. And it's a machine. The way you train it, it learns the patterns. So from the birth, dusanga, that is why it is told here, wrong association should be given up. In the wrong association, we have trained our mind. Money is happiness, money is happiness, money is happiness. So we are thinking in that way. We have become thoroughly convinced money is happiness, money is happiness. Just like we have made artificial intelligence, this is also similarly artificial. Soul has got natural intelligence. This body is artificial. It is given to us. So if we train it by wrong education, money is happiness, that becomes our belief. And we pursue that belief. Why do we get this belief? In the wrong association. So that is why when we come in association with Krishna, with devotees, read Bhagavad Gita, our belief system changes. Then we don't follow it. So this wrong association is very dangerous. That is why it should be given up. And that is called sannyas. Sannyas means social death. Now what is forcing us? Even though we realize, we understand, we are devotees, I am chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, still I am working for Maya. What is Maya? Material, society, friendship and love are all different phases of lust. Home, country, family, society, wealth and all sorts of corollaries are all causes of bondage in the material world, where the threefold miseries of life are concomitant factors. I am still working hard to maintain prestige in society. Suppose we are the only person existing on the planet, how shall we act? That is called sannyasi. In that way I should act. If I am the only person existing on the planet, will I still go to office 8 hours? Will I still need to acquire a very big house? Will I wear attractive dresses? No. So that is why this association is very dangerous. Association of society, which is full of materialists, very dangerous. This association forces us to work hard in the direction which never gives us or anybody satisfaction, much against our will. That is why sannyas is required. People go to Himalayas. And once they have got accustomed to living in Himalayas, they are free. But when we live in society, we get attracted to this world. We get illusion, no, this is reality, when we are forced into so many things which are not wanted. So that is called sannyas. Sannyas means social death. Even though a person is walking, talking on this planet, socially he is dead. He does not maintain connection. And this is very, very important for spiritual life. Sanga tyaga sato vritte. Sanga tyagat, leaving the association of materialists. So as devotees, we cannot continue our association with material society, friendship and love. Yes, as a matter of duty, as long as I exist, I maintain the greetings, I maintain this thing, but I should be thoroughly convinced that this association is very dangerous, as minimal as required. Otherwise, it will force us to maintain status quo, to work very hard, and we will not find time to satisfy only Krishna. We'll be working hard to satisfy our senses by showing off in the society, artificially increasing the comforts of life. No. So that is why Sangha Tyagat, it is very important for devotees. Our time is very, very limited. So all the time should be spent for Satsanga. So how does one become intelligent? By Satsang. One has to be in the association of devotees. And so this is the qualification for Sakrit Akarnya Rochanam Kirtimanam Yasho Yasya, to relish Krishna consciousness. First of all, a person has to be intelligent, and intelligent person in the association of devotees. And when he gives up, Satsangan Mukta Dutsango, both are important. When we are new in Krishna consciousness, we have association of devotees, but we have association of non-devotees also. Now two things can happen. If the association of non-devotees is more strong, we will leave devotee association. Or if we live in association strongly of the devotees, we will give up non-devotee association. When we have given up non-devotee association, Mukta Dusanga, then Sakrit Akarnya Rochanam. Once we have heard Krishna, we will be immediately attracted. Then it will be very, very attractive. Krishna's name, form, pastimes. Otherwise, if you maintain material association, it is like putting water on the wood. Wood will never ignite. So thus this is very dangerous. Ultimately, we are going to die one day. After that day, what will be the use? All the efforts will be useless. So one day I am going to die. After that, I cannot improve my status in society. I cannot show off to anybody. I cannot increase my property. Why not to die today? This should be the question. One day I am supposed to die. Why don't I die today and become free? After that, will I have anxiety of impressing the society? No. Will I have anxiety to increase my material comforts? No. So why don't I give up that anxiety immediately and die? Die, of course. Suicide is no option because soul will continue. More suffering will be there. Die means sannyas. Even though I'm living with the society, I live as a dead man. I have got nothing to do with society, friendship, and love. These are the sources of, these are called bad association. Material, society, friendship, and love are all different phases of lust. Lust means desire to lord over. Home, country, family, society, wealth, and all sort of corollaries are all causes of bondage in the material world. So I should not have any attachment for home, for country, for family, society, or wealth, and other corollaries which come out of extensions of these things. So one should be firmly detached and live like a dead man, a sannyasi. So this is called the path of intelligence, Buddha. Then immediately I am free and I am peaceful. Then in such a state of life, when I become freed from dussanga, from the material association, and I have got association of devotees, that is also required. Prabhupada uses a special word in the last line of the paragraph. Pure devotee so much attracted, so much so that he forgets all forms, quality, name, fame, and activities of the mundane world. And due to his mature association with pure devotees, he is not out of contact with the Lord for a moment. So the devotee, because of his mature association with pure devotees, he is not out of contact with Lord for a moment. One is able to maintain constant association with the Lord because of association with pure devotees. And what kind of association? Mature association. What is mature association? So that we have to understand. So that is why some people simply think that spending time is called association. But no, that is not. Association is explained by Rupa Goswami. Guhya makhyati prichhati, bhungte bhujyate chaiva. Dadati pratigrahnati, shadbhir priti lakshanam. This is called association. The most important part is guhyam akhyati prichhati. Revealing your heart and understanding the confidential subject matter. Revealing your confidential matter and understanding. That is how we have association in the material world. If somebody is an intimate associate, means I reveal my secrets to him or her, and he or she reveals their secrets to me confidentially. Similar thing we have to have with the pure devotee. So Prabhupada explains, you come before the deity, and then you reveal your heart to the deity, and then Krishna will reciprocate. Krishna will answer, Ye yathamam prapadyante. You go and ask questions, and then Krishna will respond. Similarly, we go before the spiritual master and ask, spiritual master will respond. Ye yathamam prapadyante, tans tathaiva bhajameham. We reveal our heart, we try to understand, and then the guidance will come. So discussing about Krishna subject matter, this is most important, akhyati prichhati. The confidential subject matter, Krishna consciousness, that is confidential, not easy. That subject matter will be revealed. So this is called association. So that is why Prabhupada has told many, many times, simply we are meeting devotees once in a while, that is not association. The most important part is discussing about Krishna. That is called real association, the most powerful association. Guhya makhyati, confidential things when you discuss. So that is why it is told in Bhagavatam, friendship is very important in this world with the devotees, because by discussing with the people who are on similar spiritual platform, one makes spiritual advancement. One should encourage each other, discuss with each other. This is most important. And then there has to be service. Confidential things spiritual master will reveal when there is service. So service is association. That is why it is told a pure devotee always lives in Vaikuntha, in spiritual world. How he lives always in Vaikuntha? Because he is constantly engaged in the service of the Lord. Vaikuntha is absolute. There is no difference between service of Krishna or planet of Krishna. So one who is always engaged in service of Krishna, he is living in the planet of Krishna. And he is living in that consciousness. This is called mature association. So that is why the devotee should always be engaged in service of the spiritual master, of the devotees, and always be discussing Krishna Katha with them. And dadati pratigrahnati. We should always give gifts. Means the result of our work should be offered to Krishna, to the spiritual master. This is called mature association. So that is why Bhakti Yoga means practical activity. It is not imaginative ecstasy, Prabhupada explains. It is not imaginative ecstasy. I am imagining, oh, there is pleasure. No. Simply serve Krishna and pleasure will come automatically. Just like here in this illusory world, we don't imagine. Here, although every pleasure is imaginary, but yes, because I am thinking I am this body, as soon as I come in contact with the sense objects, immediately there is pleasure. There is no artificial attempt. Similarly, when we serve Krishna, there is automatic bliss, automatic pleasure. And by this, I should see how much I am actually advancing on the path of truth. The devotee is actually on the path of absolute truth. He will always be transcendently blissful. So this principle we should be completely convinced of. We are working very hard because I want enjoyment, happiness in my life. But as per the science of absolute truth, it is not possible unless Krishna, our part and parcel, is satisfied. The science's stomach is connected to the fingers. Fingers will be nourished only when the stomach is fed. Similarly, we will be happy only when Krishna is satisfied. So if we are having dissatisfaction in our life, it means Krishna is not satisfied, as simple as that. And if Krishna is satisfied, immediately we are satisfied in our life. So thus it is very important to understand these words. We should be intelligent. Why? To follow a path where there is an intelligent man can see that there is no satisfaction. That should be given up immediately. And I should save all time, my entire day and night should be only for the satisfaction of spiritual master and Krishna. And we have examples, those people who are serving, they are completely satisfied. Ata eva shanta. Such people need not endeavor to gain any kind of comforts in life. This is the proof. So let me follow this path. But non-devotee association does not allow me to follow this path. That is called dussanga. So we should be very cautious. We should become dead socially. We go there, associate just for preaching. Otherwise, we have no business associating with the materialists. Otherwise, they will force us into this illusion. And this will be possible only when we associate with devotees. That is why Prabhupada told our centers are meant for this, giving this association to the devotees. Every morning and evening, there should be Krishna Katha. People should come and hear about Krishna. So thus we should take advantage of such a center. We should live in such a center. If we cannot live in, we should live close to that center. And at least every morning and every evening, we should have such luxury in our life that we are able to engage in Krishna Katha, discussing about Krishna is the most important association. And not just discussing, we offer the results of our work to Krishna. This result, if I enjoy, that will bring misery to my life. If I use that for Krishna, there is immediate satisfaction. It is not imaginative ecstasy. If you work for Krishna, there is immediately transcendental bliss. There is reciprocation. So we discuss Krishna Katha. We offer the results of works to Krishna. In this way, we maintain satsanga. If we increase our satsanga, dussanga will go away. Where is time? We are always with devotees. We are always doing service. Automatically, there will be no time to associate with materialists or their ideology. And then we'll be able to also develop taste like the Pandavas. And here we will see how Pandavas maintained the same consciousness, even though they did their duties very nicely. But when they, now Lord Krishna will go away, and after some time we will see, when Lord Krishna finishes his pastimes, immediately we understand what was the position of Pandavas. The Pandavas also walk out. They have no business in this material world. So if a person is having such consciousness, living here, acting just for the pleasure of Krishna, such a person always maintains bliss of Krishna consciousness. With this, we will end. Any questions? Yes. Not necessary. The question is, we understand that happiness is the result of being satisfied. No, happiness is next platform. Uh, in happiness, a person is automatically satisfied, but a satisfied person may not be happy. Happy is something positive. Those who are satisfied, they are called Atma Ram. Aram means satisfied, Atma means self-satisfied. So there are many, many people who are self-satisfied, but they may not be happy. They are called impersonalists who are liberated, like the Kumaras and Shukdev Goswami. They were satisfied. They were not having any interest in this material world, but they were not happy. But when they heard Krishna Katha, when they smelled the aroma of the tulsi leaves coming from the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, they got happiness. Yes, peaceful. Yes, yes. Yes, in association with pure devotees. So the question is, what is the exact difference between satisfaction, pleasure, and happiness? So satisfaction, we understand. Satisfaction means a person is completely peaceful. He does not need anything else. That is called satisfied. So satisfaction means when a person is not at all attracted to any material thing, he will be satisfied. Impersonalists, voidists, they can attain this platform. And pleasure and happiness. So again, it's a use of term, different usage, but the most common connotation is when we say pleasure. Pleasure means satisfaction of our senses. That is what people perceive. And happiness is the good feeling of the heart, not exactly satisfying the senses. Because a person who is satisfying the senses may not be happy, as happens in this world. They are eating very nicely but unhappy. Tongue is satisfied, but they are not happy. They are unhappy. Yeah, good question. So the person who is advancing in spiritual life, will he feel both pleasure and happiness or just happiness? So ultimately, we want happiness from everything. And that a spiritualist always gets. Pleasure he may or may not get. Sometimes he may get pain, but the pain also will give him happiness. As we have discussed many, many times. Mother lifting small child on her lap. There is pain on the hands because the child has got some load, but this pain is voluntarily taken. Mother goes and cooks in the kitchen in hot summers. It is painful to cook, but there is pleasure of heart to feed the child. So she takes the pain. So even though she is not having pleasure of the senses, but she is having happiness. Similarly, pure devotee, when he feels pain in the service of Krishna, that very pain is the source of transcendental ecstasy. So in pleasure or in pain, the devotee is always happy. The gopis, they were having a lot of pain when they were seeing Krishna. They were cursing that the designer of this body is foolish. Why he has designed the blinking of an eye? Because for a moment Krishna becomes invisible. And that separation from Krishna we cannot tolerate. We just want to behold without any interruption, but we have to blink the eyes. So they were telling he's foolish, he does not know how to design the body. So they are getting so much pleasure in seeing Krishna, but then they had a lot of pain when Krishna left. Their eyes could not see beautiful form. So even though there is no pleasure, but there is tremendous happiness in the heart. Any other question? Hmm. 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 The question is, sometimes we see some people who are telling, I am satisfied. I do not know name, fame, na dhanam, na janam, na sundari. I do not want wealth, nor followers, nor beautiful man or woman. I am satisfied. So what is this thing? So there could be various factors. One is they are uh, liberated in Brahma Jyoti, impersonalist. Such a person can tell like that. Or a materialist temporarily also can tell like this. After I've eaten so much, I'm not attracted to food. I am satisfied. Or one is frustrated, very much. I'm very much frustrated. I do not want this. I've done enough. So either the person is frustrated, that is why suicide. I do not want this material world. Bad. Because they are frustrated. So either the person is frustrated or has just done sense gratification, or when we are sleeping. So these are various ways in which a person can tell I am satisfied. But is satisfied, or a person is drunk. Huh? So one who is not in senses. So temporarily satisfaction is always there. That is why Arjuna did not ask for immediate satisfaction. Krishna, he told ultimate. Yashreyasyan nishchitam bruhitan me shreya means ultimate benefit, ultimate satisfaction. Immediate satisfaction everyone gets. I watch a nice movie, oh, satisfied. Nice song, I get satisfied. But this satisfaction will not last. It will create utter dissatisfaction in future. So usually these people are not Buddha, not intelligent, who are telling like this. Online. So the question is a very nice question. As we discussed, there is no relevance between financial status and happiness. So how does a devotee perceive finance? So for a devotee, finances are a means of serving Krishna. That's it. Just like whatever facilities we have, we will use. The Goswamis were not having any money. They were serving Krishna very nicely. When they got money, they built a huge temple for Krishna. Even now it is standing. Even though Aurangzeb tried to break, could not break completely. So thus, if money comes, we use for the service of Krishna. If money does not come, it's okay. We'll serve Krishna in whatever means available. Prane, Arther, Dhiya, Vacha. If I do not have Artha, money, I will use my life to serve Krishna, Pran, my energy, or my intelligence, or my words. So in this way, money is only a means to serve Krishna. So how much money do I need? Just for the maintenance of body. Money also actually I do not need. That is why the next phase of the society is to tell people how we can be happy without any money. From money, we'll purchase something. What we'll purchase? Grains to eat. You can grow directly the grains. In fact, now we have to give more money To pay the people, you do not put your chemicals in my food, please. Organic. For not using science, we have to pay them. Sir, please do not use your science in my grain. I'll pay more money. Do not use your science in my cosmetic. I'll pay more money. I have to pay them. So that is why you can directly grow the food. Sarva kam dugamai. Money we need for satisfying dharma, artha, kama, moksha, for satisfying my desires. So all the desires earth can fulfill. What do we desire? Food. Food we can grow. So just a small piece of land, if we take it, is very cheap. We go to a village where there is good water. If there is no water, we do kirtan, we'll get water. So we find a small piece of land. It is very, very cheap. We can go to any place. Or even if we cannot purchase land, you start working on some land. There is a system where you give part of your production to the owner and part of it you take it. So anybody will allow you to work on land, because even the farmers don't want to work on their lands. So why farmers are not happy? They are committing suicide because they want to become rich using farm. Farm is not meant for getting rich. Farm is meant for sustenance. No farmer will be unhappy if he cultivates for sustenance. But they also want to become rich and maintain artificial standard of life. Thus they become unhappy, they take loans, they commit suicide. Otherwise, if you do Sankirtan, you cultivate land, grains you get, clothes, cotton you can grow there. Nice food items you can all cook. You have a cow and bull. Bull you use, no need of tractor to plow the land, and for your mills and for your every other thing, you can use bulls. They will run all the for which we require machines, hard work, motors. And cow is used for milk. From milk you can have ghee, and you can have so many milk products, sweets, very nice preparations. And fuel is cow dung, no need of LPG gas. Even though the prices are very high, you need not worry. So petrol is very expensive. You have a bull, you have a cart, you ride on that. And it's very simple. Oh, how will I go to from Vasai to Bandra? No need to go from Vasai to Bandra. Go to your field. It is close to your house. You are living there only. So Prabhupada, this is life. Now I am proud. I took a flight to meet my friend. Earlier there was no need to take a flight to meet friend. Friend will live in the village only. Anytime you can meet, every time you can meet. Friends, family members, all are living together in the same place. So thus materially also there is happiness in this life. So this is very, very important. That is why Krishna lives in Vrindavan. Krishna does not live in New York or metro, skyscraper, penthouse. Krishna lives in village. Man wants to move to cities and God wants to go to village. So God is a village boy. He lives in village. He takes care of cows. He shows by his example. So that is why this is called life. And when you work hard on the field, you are very healthy. Body is very nice. If health is good, you are happy. If health is bad, nothing will satisfy you. You will pray, especially in old age, when will I die? When will I die? So much suffering is there. You work very hard, you are automatically fit. You sleep nicely, you get hungry very nicely. So this is scientific life Krishna has designed. Chaturvarnya Maya Srishtam Gunaka, this Varnashrama system Krishna has designed. So this is the real life which we have to tell to people. That is why Buddha, intelligent people, you can maybe contact them. All India rank 2, Arpit Maheshwari, 2005 batch. His wife, both of them were computer science graduates. He from IIT Bombay, wife from IIT Delhi. They're working in one of the best firms of the world, investment banks and other places. They left it. Now they are doing farming near Ujjain. Farming. So this is called intelligence. All India topper is doing farming now with his wife. So thus this is a wrong understanding that we have got. Ultimately, we all want a natural place. We all want to go to nature. We like it. Why not live there permanently? Why go on weekends? Live there permanently. So this is called life. So that is why whatever, let there be collapse, economy collapse, banks may collapse, let there be war. You are peaceful. Whatever you want, it is right there next to you. You have a land, you have a cow, and then you are satisfied. Let whatever happen in the world. So this is called life. So thus there's no relevance. Money is not there in the picture at all. So thus whatever we need, we can grow there and enjoy. And then save time for Krishna consciousness. Any other question? Okay. Question is how to increase taste for reading and how to find time for reading. Many times it becomes a ritual. We do it because we have been told to do so. So two things are there to increase taste. What we have to do? Shushusho Shaddadanasya Vasudev Katharuchi Syan Mahasevaya Vipra. We have to serve, engage in service. So if you have time, please go out, take out your time. And if you do not have time, we are working, then the result of our work, money should be offered to Krishna. So in this way, service should be done to pure devotees. Syat Mahat Sevaya Vipra. When we serve pure devotee, Vasudev Katharuchi, we automatically get taste. So service is important. One who is not serving, Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj told, he is licking the honey jar from outside. Simply licking honey jar. So by service, we actually open the jar and taste honey. So if we have to taste devotional service, we have to work very hard for Krishna or offer the results of our hard work to Krishna. पैसा फेंक तमाशा देख बोलते हैं very simple. So work hard for Krishna and then happiness will come, bliss will come in spiritual life. And how to and another thing is, yes, we have to find time also for engaging in Shravanam and Kirtanam for this association. That is why is required. That is why we have got this Bhakti Vraksha model, where every day in the evening we come together. Offline might be difficult, so online you can come together and discuss. So you can join one such groups. Already around 15-20 such groups are active, and they are all discussing every day Bhagavad Gita. Please join such forum online. If you do not come, somebody will remind you. Follow. Somebody is not coming, you can remind them. So any activity, if you want to sustain for a long time, you do it in a group. So please work hard for Krishna. You'll find taste and you'll find time by doing it in a group. That brings commitment. Is a pure devotee? The question is, a pure devotee, is it not good for him to have a good social position to preach Krishna consciousness in an effective way? So pure devotee is completely transcendental. He need not have or give up any position. If he has any position, he will use it. Like Maharaj Pratap Rudra, he was using his position. Even now, some devotees who have social position, they are using it. But if a pure devotee does not have social position, he will preach a person who has social position. And in this way, so Prabhupada says, what is the need of learning harmonium if you do not know? Preach a person who knows harmonium, he will play. So what is the need of working hard and earning money? You become a good preacher, pure devotee, and you preach a billionaire. Immediately you have all the money with you. Like Goswamis, did they earn money? No. They preached. And immediately there is Madan Mohan Mandir. He preached the king of Jaipur. Immediately there is Govind Dev Ji temple. They were not working, they were preaching. So in this way, but yes, if I have money, I have no allergy. I'll use that for Krishna also. I'm not allergic to position. So that is why pure devotee means completely transcendental. This life is very short. We need not work hard to attain any position which comes with great endeavor. That is called prayas. That is impediment in bhakti. Bhakti means whatever you have, you offer to Krishna. Whatever skills you have, you offer to Krishna. So whatever skills, whatever resources come easily to us, we offer it to Krishna. So just as a pure devotee has a position he will use, if he does not have, still he is, that is not an impediment for his service. Devotees hearing from Folk Residency can carry on. I will take up some more questions. So two questions are there. First is, I am preparing for some exam, and if I increase my bhakti, my motivation to study reduces. So that is happening because we are not understanding bhakti nicely. Because now we are student, we cannot do anything else. We can but study. So let us study very nicely. If you get a good position in exam, it will be very nice for you to preach. You'll have a good position. Thus, some students wanted to give up their education for becoming full-time missionaries. Prabhupada discouraged. Prabhupada told, no, we need educated men and women to preach Krishna consciousness. So thus use your education, but at the same time, you should chant 16 rounds, you should read books, you should associate with devotees as much as possible, stay in the temple whenever possible. So this should never be given up. I will never give up my 16 rounds, my 4 regulative principles, reading Prabhupada books and associating with devotees and preaching. And now, along with this, I have to do some work. So as a student, let me work. And rather, the devotees studying much more carefully. That is why those who really follow Krishna consciousness, we have seen all the students performing very, very well in their examination. Recently, I do not know if you have come across one student, Krishna conscious. He has got All India rank 1 this year in the GATE examination. And he's following Krishna consciousness very nicely, living with devotees, chanting 16 rounds and doing everything. So we have never seen either a student or a businessman or a person who is doing job not performing nicely in their material duties if they are sincere in Krishna consciousness. So I am doing it for Krishna, so I have to be even more careful. So that is why Prabhupada told. So devotional life is not, sometimes people tell, Prabhu, I don't feel like earning money. I am doing bhakti. So no, this is not perfect understanding of bhakti. Bhakti means working very hard for Krishna in whatever capacity, position we have got. So that is why Prabhupada told, earn as much money as possible and offer it to Krishna. Morning to evening, if you are in a position where you are making money, think, how can I make more money, so that I can offer it to Krishna. We have to work hard. Hard work we cannot avoid. But we have to have a pure consciousness. I should never compromise on my religious duties, spiritual duties every day. And I should be clear, topping any exam will not make me happy. Rather, if I have this conception, I'll have distress in my life. But such a position will be favorable for Krishna consciousness. So even though I do not want, let me work very hard for the service of Krishna, for satisfaction. So this is Krishna consciousness. So I request, please try to associate more with the devotees, chant Hare Krishna mantra very nicely, then our motivation to study and earn money will increase. And next, how PhD physics can serve Krishna. So many ways, just like we had a wonderful professor in one of the top colleges of our country. And he is now also he's teaching, but he has moved abroad now. So all the students, even those who were non-devotees, they were going to seek his advice. He was such a nice personality. Epitome of simple living and high thinking. Even though he had very wonderful education, he's professor, very good professor in top institute of the country, but he never had his own vehicle. He would go on a bicycle to teach from faculty quarters to classes. He would go on bicycle. In his house you go, you don't find furnitures or some very simple chairs like that. So such a simple person, simple clothes and this thing. So everyone, even non-devotee students were inspired by him. So this is called life. So by this, how much inspiration you are creating for others? So thus, if you are studying a subject matter, you will have a good position in society tomorrow. You are doing PhD, you will become a professor tomorrow. Professor is having direct impact on the youngsters of the society. So then you can preach Krishna consciousness. Some of the best people who have become devotees, they were coached, preached by their professors. So student life is the best time to cultivate Krishna consciousness. So tomorrow you are professor. So try to explain Krishna consciousness, and people like to understand things scientifically. So already great science is there in the scriptures. So try to discover it using physics, then people will have more faith. Now using so-called pseudo-physics, people are made atheists. Now using your study of physics, you prove the principles of Krishna consciousness. That will be the right use. So in this way, all of these ways, by your influence, by your money, and by your specific field of expertise, just like I think J.C. Bose, he did experiment and then he proved that plants have life. That brought such a strong faith in the Vedic scriptures for people. Earlier, people were not believing that plants have got life. But because he proved using his science that plants have life. So people go, oh, just see, Vedas, they always told Jalaja Navalakshani Sthavar Lakshmimshati. The trees, they are also living entities. And he proved. Like this, many, many things from the Vedas you can prove using your science and physics. So in this way, our knowledge, our resources, our influence can be used for Krishna. Yes, Prabhu. Sorry, Ashwin. Yes. 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 So the question is, we find contrasting directions from Prabhupada regarding how we should act in the world. Sometimes Prabhupada tells you should live in congested cities. Devotee wants to go to congested cities because there is opportunity of preaching Krishna consciousness. And at the same time, it is told that we should live in countries or counties, a simple life, cultivation, do farming, live there peacefully. You maintain a life of self-satisfaction, produce your products, and then excess should be supplied to the temples in the cities. So what we should do? So that is why we have to do everything. For the people in general, yes, as much as possible, if they have no business preaching, they should go and live in villages, in the farm communities. And there also people will come, and that is a good preaching model. So majority of the population, they want to live somewhere, and village is the best way to live. But others who are preachers of Krishna consciousness, who can preach, they must live in cities and they should preach. So that is why preachers, definitely they must live in, majority of them. Preaching is required where people are not having knowledge. And those who are in Varnashrama, they are those who are already in knowledge. Then they could go and have a peaceful life over there. So in this manner. Nice question. The next question is, everybody should preach. So then everybody would love to be in city. So then who will go to Varnashram? So it is like all the parents are telling, you become IAS officer. So if all the children, lakhs of them become IAS officer, who will do other jobs? They will not be able to become. So it is told everybody should preach, but who can preach? It is difficult. Preaching needs a lot of tapasya and elevated consciousness. Not everyone is expected to do that. So general people, yes, they can go there and do that. They can live that. But those who are advanced in consciousness, those who have learned the science of satisfying spiritual master, those who have realized most confidential instruction, they can live anywhere and everywhere. They travel across the world and preach. So in this way, those who can pick up, yes, there is nothing like a preacher. Question is, sometimes when we do services of our liking, we feel good. When authorities give us some service which we do not like, we don't feel comfortable. So how do I adjust? So yes, that is why it is called practice. Bhakti yoga means even though I do not like it, of course, in the long run, the services are given which suit our nature. But that should not be our desire. A person who is actually Krishna conscious can do anything and everything for Krishna, which may be even against their nature. We maintain our individuality. Individuality means we'll be attracted to certain kind of foodstuffs, and certain foodstuffs we may not like. But if I am serving Krishna, then whatever is Krishna Prasad, I like it. Personally, I may or may not have liking for that. But I do that, I take that because it is Krishna Prasadam. I am attracted to Krishna Prasadam. Personally, yes, Mumbai city, not good for living. Or any metro is not good for living. You reduce your lifespan. There is noise, there is pollution, there is headache, and all these problems. But then, for the service of Krishna, the devotees take bliss in such a life. It is very good for preaching. So, in this way, we have to cultivate ourselves. It is a training. The entire life, we have done what we like. Krishna consciousness means we try to become submissive. We try to become soldier of Krishna. We try to execute whatever is ordered to us. So, in this way, we can practice slowly. But if we have to be practical, if there is great difficulty in executing the instructions, feel free to approach the authority and explain to them. But ideal mode is we remain completely surrendered and do whatever is told to us. The question is, when we don't feel comfortable in our services, is praying all right? Yes, 100%. The authorized service which has been given to us, we should pray to Krishna. Please give me strength, please give me willingness, intelligence to execute it. Rather, we should pray 24 hours. Why we should pray? Because as we discussed, the service of Krishna is not ordinary. And Krishna is not in need of any service. Krishna is in need of love. Buddha bhava samanvitaha bhaktya yo me bhaktya prayachati. One who offers me a leaf or water with great love. So great love is required. So actually our service is not on the platform of being accepted by Krishna. So any service should be done with great love, tremendous attachment for Krishna that we do not have even a pinch of it at the present moment. So that is why always devotee has to pray. Krishna, please engage me in your service. Please accept me, accept my service. While doing service, we should pray to Krishna that Krishna, please accept my service. Please accept my service. I have no qualification to explain this knowledge to others, but please accept my service. I have been given this service. I have no attachment for distributing your books, but please accept my service. I am attempting. I have no attachment for offering food to you, but please accept it. I have brought it. Otherwise, there is no hope for me. So in this way, prayer should be constant. Ma manusmar yudhyacha. Along with executing service of Krishna, we should pray, Krishna, please accept my service. So, okay, last question. Yes. So the question is, if the assigned service is against our nature, how do we get attached to it? So that is why we pray Krishna will change our nature. Attachment, detachment, everything is because of design of this body. So thus Krishna will change everything. That is Krishna consciousness. We are not at all attached to Krishna. We are attached to material world. So this nature will change. So that is why constant prayers. So first of all, we act in that capacity. If we act and then we pray also, then Krishna will change. If the service is physically, mentally challenging, still the devotee accepts it. So this is very good. This is very good. We should do it, but we have to be practical. If something is very, very difficult, so then we can always approach the authorities. But ideal is we try to adjust and pray to Krishna. So we have to give up this mundane calculation, profiteering business. I do it because I like it. No, it is yajna. Yajna means sacrifice. I sacrifice my time, energy, liking, disliking, everything for the service of Krishna. We are soldier. It is told go to this place, I go to that place. Prabhupada tells very nice example. I told this uh, disciple that you marry this boy. She immediately married, Westerner. Marriage means a strong commitment. Your life will become hell if you marry Wrong person, yes or no? But without seeing, they have gone and married. Prabhupada, this is devotee. They are not bothered about liking or disliking. They are bothered only with satisfying the spiritual master. That's it. Enough of my liking and disliking. Life after life, I have followed this and I've got dissatisfaction in my life. So in this life, I don't want to calculate what I like and dislike. Whatever is required, I execute immediately for the satisfaction of spiritual master. We'll finish here. Granthara Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki